In Thrawn's Revenge, the sixth era is titled Imperial Reunification and refers to the events shortly before Dala assassinates 13 of the most powerful Imperial warlords at Sauce Beacon, removing all playable and many non-playable warlord factions from the map for the 7th era. The main exception to this, however, is the Greater Maldrude, which, even in Era 7, holds on to a single planet start in the form of Ryvester. Why is this, you may ask? Well, the short answer is that while Kosh Terradoc was indeed assassinated at Sauce Beacon, his brother, Kosh Terradoc, was not. I've long wanted to do videos covering the history and or individual stories of planets in Star Wars, and today I thought I'd finally start that series by covering the story of Kosh's downfall on Ryvester. 13 years after the Battle of Yavin, Kosh Terradoc was in control of the planet Ryvester. Deep underground, beneath his Imperial fortress, he hosted an expansive research and development facility where he was developing several experimental plagues, self-replicating toxins, and a very special sonic weapon. The weapon would fire frequency waves that were supposed to shatter the crystal within a lightsaber, incapacitating a Jedi's weapon. However, the project was not making progress, and Terradoc had a visiting expert in all things crystal abducted. The crystalline scientist historian, Mullis Cheems, quickly realized that Kosh's weapon would never work. Not practically, anyway. The lightsaber hilt insulated the crystal almost entirely against the sonic weapon, rendering it useless in combat conditions. Of course, Cheems knew he could never tell the Admiral this, or Terradoc would simply have him executed and move on. So Cheems stalled, pretending to make progress and praying for a miracle. Sometime later, he received a mysterious message that told him he would be asked by Terradoc to assess a fake gemstone artifact's authenticity. If Cheems wished to escape, he should tell the Admiral that the false artifact was authentic.
2 days later.
Kosh made his way to a local mixed-species dance club on Ryvester in disguise, accompanied by similarly disguised bodyguards. Awkwardly, the Admiral struggled to fit in, his lifelong military career preventing him from slouching or looking anything but rigid. At the door, Kosh was greeted by a Shadrafan hostess, and immediately he assumed she didn't speak basic.
Another will be coming. Another man joining us. Do you understand?
The Shadrafan, speaking perfect basic, replied in a polite but teasing tone, asking Kosh if he was here to see Captain Hatchet. Embarrassed, Kosh made his way to Captain Hatchet's table and decided he should have the Shadrafan punished for her presumed insolence. Captain Hatchet, a scavenger, claimed to have found the legendary lost palace of Pythit Bright Eyes within Terradoc's sector of space, but was unable to loot it himself due to the palace's defenses, and wished to split the profits with the Admiral, giving him the location in exchange for the Admiral's resources. As a gesture of proof and goodwill, he offered a small gleaming statuette. Cheems was brought in by the Admiral to authenticate if the artifact was real, and with nothing to lose, Cheems confirmed the fake artifact's authenticity. At this point, Terradoc informed Captain Hatchet that he would not be sharing the treasure, but rather Hatchet was going to be taken back to Kosh's base, where he would be tortured until he revealed the palace's location, and then executed. To the Admiral's surprise, the scavenger did not respond in fear or anger, or even surprise, but rather he simply casually mocked the Admiral, openly calling him incompetent and pathetic. Suddenly, a brawl broke out and all of Kosh's bodyguards were incapacitated, causing a panic. In the chaos, Cheems escaped with Hatchet's entourage, while Terradoc escaped with the artifact. Terradoc's soldiers stormed the district, though too late to do anything except extract the Admiral back to his base. Kosh quickly brought his new prize to his treasure vault, located on the underground floor beneath his research and development laboratories. Cheems, to his surprise, was not taken off planet, but rather to a pleasure yacht that sailed out into the marina in view of the Imperial facility. His rescues beginning to host a barbecue as they began celebrating and watching a monitor, introducing themselves as the New Republic's Wraith Squadron. A few minutes later, a distant rumble was felt, even out on the waters. Alarms began to go off, though nothing could be seen from the outside. Inside the facility, the explosive had killed Terradoc, destroyed his vault, and caused fires to erupt all over his laboratories. The entire facility went into automated lockdown, dooming everyone inside as the fires and plagues claimed all within. The entire base had become unsalvageable and we need to be destroyed, if the fires within did not finish the job first. Afterwards, the stolen pleasure yacht, which had formerly belonged to the late admiral, was sold off by the New Republic agents, with the funds going towards the local rebel cells, paving the way for them to overthrow their Imperial warlords. This story is from the first chapter of Mercy Kill by Aaron Alston. I have not read the rest of the book yet, but this first chapter was very enjoyable, and I've only heard others say good things about Alston's writing, so I recommend you give it a chance sometime. Though, if you're like me, you'll probably want to read the previous 9 X-Wing books first. When I made the map for Ryvester, I actually made it with the Yadu 6 and Ryvester in mind, though over time, I think it maybe represents Ryvester better. The Defender's base is located on the edge of the marina, and deep within the swamps to the west, a rebel resistance cell can be found. If you enjoyed this more in-depth look into a Star Wars story and how it affected the map-making progress, let me know.